You're not.
Yeah, you're dead. You're zombified.
Usually you get a
going.
notification.
I have it up right now. Right there. It says it's waiting on us.
Oh, well, then it's waiting on
Yeah.
you.
I hit the publish button. It's spinning.
Spin, spin.
Nico, is it working now?
Nico?
Are we live?
Nico? Are we live?
Oh. We should be live now, I think. Oh.
Yeah. I don't think so.
It says it's still waiting for us.
Lady,
But this shows... Oh, wait. Maybe it's counting down.
Dollars in the pockets full of grams.
Let's see.
No,
Let's see.
we should be
Oh,
good.
we're live. Oh my
There we go.
gosh.
Whoa,
There we
there
go.
it is. Boom.
Quick, somebody say a very naughty swear word.
Funny how your volume was up, sir.
Yeah.
Batman turkey.
Are we ready to
Can
start?
that be a code word from now on?
Yeah.
Batman Turkey?
Are we
Host.
only on 504? I feel like we've done more.
We've already done 504.
Yeah, I actually think it's 505.
Yeah, 505.
Although last one
Podcast
says 503, so I guess this is.
Oh, no, it is 504. You're thinking that because of the film ball game in the middle, which I didn't number. Because I try to make the film ball
okay.
like a streaming exclusive. Trying to be all special. Yeah,
Well,
Episode
we're definitely
504, episode
special.
That's true.
exactly.
Go for it.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Oh, we're recording over there. Good.
Yeah.
On this episode of the Culture Smash Cast,
Kevin Feige got a promotion.
Oh, Blu-rays for Miles. There's so many Blu-rays this week. I'm so excited.
Zoe Kravitz, more like Zoe Catfits.
that's. I'm glad we saved that one to the end. She cracks herself up. Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
I didn't like any of the stories, so I'm just
Perfect.
that.
It's a Culture Smash Cast, episode 504 for October the 16th, 2018. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor
Oh, it's 2018. Sweet.
Right? 2019. Okay. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of CultureSmash.tv.
I'm leaving.
Bye.
Hi, leaving. But I'm also Nicholas Qualls, contributor to Culturesmash.tv.
I'm Tina Heimbaugh, the reason he's leaving, and contributor to Culturesmash.tv.
And I'm Zach Martin. I'm a crying little baby.
That's true.
You're
Accurate.
Batman Turkey.
You are.
I am not Batman
you
Turkey.
are Batman Turkey.
You're Batman Turkey.
I am not Batman Turkey.
You are. But you're Batman Tofu. Yeah.
But I like tofu.
good.
Tofu's good. You know what you're missing.
So what'd you guys do this weekend?
Let's see.
Movies?
We went to go see Addams Family.
Yeah, how was that?
It was cute.
Cute. It was
It
cute.
was predictable. I mean, it's a kids movie definitely, but it has some funny nods to movies you wouldn't expect.
Oh.
Yeah.
So-
I would not say it's my favorite Addams Family.
Oh no.
Oh, there's
but-
no way.
Yeah, but it is cute.
And I think everybody, all the voice cast, does a competent job doing those
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
What did the animation look like? Because honestly, to me,
It took a little bit to
the
get
trailer
used to.
didn't look very good. Like the quality of the animation.
It's definitely lower in CGI.
Yeah.
It's like a that kind of. It's not Illumination, but that kind of like them not like it's not Pixar level at all.
Of course
by any
not,
means.
for sure. So
What is Pixar level?
Pixar?
Yep.
DreamWorks.
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
Let me. Okay, it's
Not
not
even
It's not.
Scene-wise,
It's not
like,
even. It's
background.
not. It's not even.
Because How to Train Your Dragon 2 backgrounds were phenomenal.
It's not.
It's
the,
not even up to the standard of Pixar today, like Toy Story 4.
But still, it's not Pixar, DreamWorks, or even Disney Animation level CGI work. It's.
But overall, the movie was okay.
movie's cute. It's got funny bits.
Yeah.
It is. I enjoyed it more in retrospect than the two movies we talked about last week.
yeah.
See, this reminds me of the old school movie pass days when the three
The
of
old
us
school
anyway.
movie past days
Yeah.
in 2018.
I mean, it was only a
Or
year
like
ago.
the three of us were seeing everything.
Yeah,
like we
that's
just
true.
go see everything. And then why do we do that? Because we have the real unlimited.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you have the time, too.
You have the time. You have more time than I do.
Well, this week I haven't had time at all. I haven't had time
So
at all.
last weekend, Zach and I attended a film festival screening Family of Fear in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you still haven't seen it and you have Amazon Prime,
It is on Prime now. You can just go watch it to your heart's content.
Also, just a side note, Louisville, you don't have, like, any art house theaters. You
Louisville
need to
does not
fix
have an
that.
art house theater,
That's fascinating.
You have an amazing haunted house. You do not have an art house theater.
which gets to what I was going to bring up.
Okay.
I came up with the brilliant idea of stepping out of the festival and going to a haunted house.
Yeah.
And we found a haunted house there called the Haunted Hotel. So the only downside to this haunted house is it is a 20-minute walkthrough.
No, dude.
15 to 20 minutes. Yeah. When we're used to more like an hour, to an hour
it's
and
a pretty
15
short
minutes.
one.
It is short, but looking back on it, I don't know if anybody could take the level of intensity of this haunted house for more than 15, 20 minutes. Because they have signage up everywhere. And, Zach and I are used to being overhyped when it comes to haunted houses. But they had signs up, you will be cursed at. You will be touched. If you don't like it, then tough.
Warning,
get away.
you will be touched, vulgar language, grotesque scenes, possibly shocked, and you may get wet.
And that haunt was it lived up to its hype.
It did not disappoint.
It did not disappoint. Immediately when you go in, they grab you and push you up against the wall to give you the height that going in.
Is it obviously like in what was probably an old hotel or something?
I think the building might have been some kind of
Maybe
something
a bed
like
and
that.
breakfast at one
But
point.
that might be a negative to it as well. Is they called it haunted hotel, but they didn't stick with that.
There was no
theming.
story, basically.
Randomly, you're in a church all of a sudden at one point.
Oh, you're in a meat house. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a diner now.
Because
Yeah.
you guys probably remember, or definitely Steven, remember when like Death Row in Nashville was actually in a closed down
Prison. Yeah,
and that was awesome.
it was really awesome.
I'm surprised with you being in Louisville, you didn't try and talk your way into Waverly Hills.
Well, I was waiting for you because we're supposed to do that together.
Aw.
Yeah.
So adorable.
I know, right? But I will say the best part of that haunt. I mean, at one point
They touched it.
we went through.
Zach just like being touched.
Yeah, they put us
Yeah.
through. We paid for the fast pass ticket, which was good because it was a 2-hour wait. And 2-hour waiting to walk through 15 minutes would have
Yeah.
But the upside to that is part of the reason there was a 2-hour wait is they don't send conga lines through. They send small, tiny groups through at a time. So they sent Zach and I with 2 other people, and that was it. We never saw anybody else behind us.
Okay.
And
front. I never
or
saw
in front of
anyone.
us. 3/4 of the way through it, Zach was kind of blowing through it fast. So this guy and his girlfriend were behind us, and I don't know, maybe she was hoping that her boyfriend, the girl was hoping that her boyfriend would help her through the haunt.
Like stand up. It's like I'm
Yeah.
gonna be the brave
He
man.
was more
protecting you.
scared than her. He was more scared than her. So she had this death grip on my arm the whole time. And 3/4 of the way through, 2 characters cornered us and pushed all of us, smashed us together. I mean, they were all up on you. It was no joke. They touch in there. And that was fun. But the best part was going through the diner scene. And I have to tell you the story without saying a curse word because Zach basically got mocked and cussed going through there. Because he goes through
You
first.
all walk in the door, immediately get touched on your leg by the right hand side.
Yeah, there's a girl on the floor. You can't see her. You go in and she grabs Zach around the leg. And he went, "Oh, spit."
Oh,
Yeah.
spit.
And she grasped out of that and got right in his face and started mocking him, going,
spit.
oh, like that. It chased us through 5 minutes of the haunt through there. And then we came into a dirty toilet, which is in every haunted house. And then
Did
she
you
started.
use it?
No,
Dude,
but
it
she
looked
started
like a
yelling,
really used
"You want to
toilet."
eat some S? You want to eat some?"
You want to eat some spit?
It was. I highly recommend. I would be willing to drive up there and go again because it was
you
so
are
good.
definitely in the Louisville area, please, and you are, I don't know, brave enough?
Brave enough, yeah,
Hard-boiled as us, I guess you could say.
yeah.
Absolutely check this place out. The worst part is it's called the Haunted Hotel, which is kind of kooky,
Cookie, like a chocolate chip cookie.
like a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah,
When
okay,
it's
good.
really a cookie made out of nails.
Yeah. So other things happening for Halloween. I've been watching, trying to watch. I'm going to do it tonight too after podcast. Watch a haunted horror movie every day. And I watched 2 movies this week: Mother and Old Boy. And people argue with me on Facebook that those are horror movies, but I truly believe they're both horror films. Would you disagree that Old Boy is a horror film?
Questionable. It is a thriller bordering on horror.
That is horror. There are horrific moments in that movie that are disturbing and disgusting.
I
Depends on
mean,
how far south you live.
And my other argument was
Sure.
the version of Old Boy that I have was put out by Tartan Video, which is now gone, sadly. They were a great company.
You're the actual Old Boy, not the.
Not that horrible Spike Lee remake.
according to IMDb, is listed as a action drama mystery.
And that is inaccurate. There are some moments of disturbing, disgusting.
Although I do think that you
Things.
could. I think all of those terms do fit.
They do
that
fit,
movie.
yeah.
But it's just you could also add other adjectives to the movie.
Yeah. And I also watched the new Arrow video release of An American Werewolf in London. My review is up on Culturesmash right now if you guys want to see that. It's spectacular. It's beautiful. It
Whereas
is-
Mother is drama horror mystery.
okay, well,
I
it's
would
the,
agree with
it's
that.
the- yeah. All right, I guess we should move on to box
Yep.
office. You got the box
Box
office?
Tina's got it.
Yep. So at number 10 this week, Ad Astra pulled in another 1.8 million, which brings its total up to 46.9 million,
That's your movie, there.
with no budget reported.
It's really good.
That's not great though.
That's
Yeah.
not a good return.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Number 9 is Jexy. It brought in 3.1 million,
that movie looks like trash.
which that is its total since it's its opening week. No budget yet.
What is
I've already seen her, so
It's
I don't need
that
this.
my
comedy.
Siri is
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, doing stuff.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen her already. I'm good.
Yeah, right.
Number 8, still on the list, is It Chapter 2, coming in at 3.1 million this weekend, which brings its total up to 207 million. Number 7, no budget on that. Number 7, Judy, which is the Renee Zellweger, Judy Garland biopic of her
no.
tour in London, bringing in 3.2 million this weekend. Its total is 14.9 million.
Okay.
Again, no budget. Number 6 is Hustlers, bringing in 3.8 million. Total of 98 million.
Nathan's
so
favorite.
far.
He loves this movie.
Budget is 20 million, so I do expect a Hustlers too.
Electric
So,
Boogaloo.
so
Yep.
with Hustlers, will they have instead of the S, it'll just be like a
Dollar
2
sign,
or
yeah.
a dollar sign?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the classy way to do it.
Number 5, Downton Abbey, $4.8 million it brought in this weekend, which brings its total up to a cool 82.6 million.
I don't think we
much
actually gambled
money.
for that movie.
No,
No, we
didn't.
didn't.
Yeah.
Number 4, Abominable.
It looks so terrible. Talk about bad animation.
Abominable.
This is Illumination, right?
I think it is.
Yeah. This weekend it brought in 6 million, which brings its total up to 47.8 million.
Oh my god, it's DreamWorks.
The
Wow.
budget for that was 75 million. So,
Cheap.
yeah. But it hasn't made it yet.
That's
so.
true. All right.
Number 3 is Gemini Man, new this weekend. $20.5 million weekend gross, which means its total is 20.5. Its budget is 138 million.
Wow. Wow. So much
Yeah.
monies.
That's such a high
It
budget.
really is.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So much monies.
Number 2.
Why? Okay, real talk. Why do people keep giving Ang Lee these huge budgets?
Well, he got it this time because Will Smith is in the movie. You know that's a big piece of it.
I mean, Life
Twice.
of Pi?
Mm-hmm.
That had a huge budget.
Well, Life
Well,
of
They
Life of
had
Pi.
Kitty,
see, that's a-
and they couldn't even pay their special effects.
It was
artists.
based on a very successful book, though. The
Billy
source
Lynn's
material.
Long
And that still
Halftime
did
Walk.
pretty well.
Yeah, it did do pretty well.
It made 124 on a budget of $200 million.
Oh,
Hey,
what?
that's pretty good.
I mean, that's pretty good, but that was 2 hours.
Okay, how
Yeah.
about Taking Woodstock? It made $7 million on a budget of 50.
I didn't see that one. It
Lust
looked-
Caution. Oh, that made under like $5 million.
I don't even know what that
on
is.
A budget of 20. How about Brokeback Mountain? Oh wait, that did all right.
Yeah, that one won an Oscar
Hulk
or two.
didn't.
We don't talk about Hulk.
Hulk
I don't
did not
hate
make its
Hulk.
budget back.
I don't love that movie, but I think that Hulk is not that much worse than the other Hulk. I mean, they're both bad movies.
The difference between the two is it's interesting to talk about the Ang Lee Hulk, whereas the other one is kind of just bland.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
My
And
Which
Jennifer-
is arguably a worse crime.
It is. And Jennifer Connelly.
point
Yeah.
is this guy is made like consistently just not
Terrible
mega
movies.
hits. Quality is questionable. Why? This is Paramount too. So
Well,
Paramount.
I
Put out
mean,
120.
Will Smith.
Will Smith
That's
is
why.
not a selling point anymore.
I don't know. I think he actually is.
Will Smith.
He has done a number of bad movies, but people still love
a
him.
number of? Let's
Yeah.
see. Was it Aladdin that brought people in? Was
People,
it because-
and listen, I actually
Was
hear
it Collateral
people
Beauty?
really like him in Aladdin. Is
How about
what I hear.
Suicide Squad? He was great in that.
You mean
Right?
Academy
Academy
Award
Award-winning
winning
Suicide Squad?
Oh, it's okay. It's damaged. Anyway, how about Concussion? Or Focus? Or Winter's
People
Tale?
really
Those
like-
were all super small budget movies.
They were
After
really
Earth.
small. Yeah,
After
Black-
Earth,
Men in Black
there's
3.
there's no debating. After Earth.
there
Men in
are
Black
people
3,
who
I
like
think,
Men in
still
Black
made
3. Yeah.
7 pounds. And then this is over 10 years old. at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. This is
Number
going on way too far.
2 is The Addams Family, bringing in and totaling $30.3 million. No budget for that. And number 1, Joker, $55.8 million more this weekend, bringing its total to $193.5 million, with its budget being $55 million.
It's so funny because we were just talking about this. The more that I soak in that movie, the less I liked it.
Well, I thought it was drama, but then
Did you
I
think it was a
found
drama?
out that it was an effing comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did anybody see Martin Scorsese's comments about the MCU this
Real
past
quick
week?
though, it's
Yeah, it's not
nearly
cinema.
$600 million worldwide.
What is
Joker?
nice?
Yeah.
It's almost made as much money as a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Which is epic,
As an
considering
R-rated.
it's an R-rated film.
Yeah, it's an
and
R-rated
Joaquin
movie.
Phoenix is amazing in the
I
movie.
do love that that's the bar, though.
Yeah.
This DC movie has almost made as much money as a Marvel movie.
Yeah, not even
That's
the
bar.
bigger Marvel movies, but Marvel.
So
But
I
let's-
want to go on ahead real quick and knock out the film ball update.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
Hector's here.
Hector is sitting here off camera,
Yep.
antsy, waiting to hear
So-
how poorly he's doing in the film ball.
Well, we canceled film ball, so
Yeah, film balls.
I'm really not
Steven,
interested in the film balls.
You have no room to talk. Okay? Let me just say this.
hey, I'm a strong finisher.
At number 6 is me and Sarah, because none of our movies have come out yet, except for mine. I think both of our first movies come out like this past weekend, so
Yep.
we'll be getting up on the board next week. Number 5 is Steven.
Woo woo!
With
Quality
5
over
points.
quantity, baby.
With $5.2 million. Nigo comes in at number 4 with $41.8 million. Zach's riding high at number 3 with 45,
Not riding high, riding in the middle.
riding in the middle with
Yep.
$45 million.
above you.
Yep.
Hector is number 2 with $179
how happy he
million.
is.
But Nathan still holds number 1 with that it money
That it money, man.
with $196.8 million.
It's close though right
Oh,
now.
it's
it's
really
close.
close.
It's going to be done next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
think.
can talk.
How
Yeah.
could it be 173 when 2 weeks of Joker is how much?
Well, because it hasn't rolled over this next week.
Yeah, you still gotta wait. You gotta wait
Yeah,
till
they
it rolls over
updated
again.
Monday, so it doesn't include this past weekend.
Yeah, so you got more money coming.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, that's it. This week will actually surpass. He'll surpass.
Yeah,
Nathan.
you'll surpass Nathan this week.
Now, the only thing that's going to be interesting is Nathan and I had a discussion about Frozen 2. Have you guys seen the new trailers for Frozen 2?
No.
No.
It doesn't look good.
Nope, it's
I
not as
haven't.
good as that
I
first
mean,
trailer.
the first trailer was really good.
The new trailer, not good.
Then again, okay, I'm just going to say it because I've been proven time and again by this parable. Disney does not make good movie trailers. Zootopia had a horrible movie trailer. Zootopia is a great film.
Are you sure?
Yes. Or at least I really liked it. Thank you.
You know what?
Frozen 1 had a horrible trailer.
Yeah.
Frozen was, I mean, a lot of people went and saw Frozen.
I saw Frozen.
I also
Frozen was good.
Also, I don't think it needs a trailer. Really, it's like, hey
Wreck-It
guys,
Ralph
sequel
had a
to
bad
Frozen, the biggest Disney musical cartoon movie of the last decade,
Of ever.
of the since the Disney Renaissance, is having a sequel. Go see it in theaters.
Yeah, I had the sneaking suspicion that even with a bad trailer, Frozen 2 is
I mean, even
probably
that-
still going to do better than Star Wars. I bet
Every
you.
child that is still making their parents play Let It Go is gonna go see this movie.
I mean, they're teasing the music already, but I mean, even that new Pixar movie, Onward,
That one
has a bad trailer.
does not look. The first trailer looked okay.
Man, I know where
but
it's
the
going.
second
though.
one doesn't look good.
Yeah.
No, it's like, oh, we got to get our dad back from the dead.
And it
It's
also-
like, you're going to get him back and you're going to cry about it.
But
I mean,
it also
come
doesn't
on.
look good.
No, it
Like the
doesn't.
animation doesn't look that great.
No, it's
So,
for
Tina,
Pixar
can
standard.
can you
it's
give
not.
us the updated value per dollar bid?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, this is going to
Yeah, I love this part. The value per dollar bid.
hurt.
Yeah.
So So, let's see. So we already know Nathan's It brought in $5.6 million for every dollar that he spent.
That's good money. That's good return.
Zach, for Ad Astra, for every dollar you spent, you brought in $3.7 million.
That's not terrible.
It's gonna get worse.
It really is.
For Nico, Mr. Indomitable,
Indomitable.
for every dollar he spent, he brought in $5.2 million.
Whoa.
That's good.
That is
He
a good
only
return.
spent $8 on it.
It's true.
Yeah.
For Hector, Rambo Last Blood is bringing you $3.7 million for every dollar you spent.
Okay, that's about
And
average.
right now, Joker is bringing you $4.5 million for every dollar you spent.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
But my favorite one to look at is Steven's.
Here we go.
Because he spent $23 on that wild card that gave him Goldfinch, which means his bid per dollar is $229,000. Gotta love it.
Yeah. That's how it is. That's it.
You know, you do know it's not golf, right?
I know.
You
I know.
You need a higher number, not a lower.
Hey,
I mean, it's
hey,
called a wild card
you-
for a reason.
you got to be proud for being at the top or at the bottom.
It's not like this is what we count to win the game. It's just an interesting
It is
tidbit.
highly interesting, though.
It's new insights that I particularly wanted to bring in, and
And
David
I
brought it.
love it.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about what's coming out this weekend, because there's a few things. Opening this weekend, you can see Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. It is at 45% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. So, ooh.
More like meh.
Yeah.
What was the last
But-
one
That's
at?
We were discussing that
52.
earlier. It was like in the, yeah.
So it's roughly the same.
same.
It's not because I didn't care about the last one all that.
I never
much.
saw it, and I have a thing for Angelina Jolie sometimes, and I
I
still,
mean,
Calling it now,
she's good in
the
it,
queen is going to be the Mistress of Evil. Just calling it.
but I
now.
mean, yeah, that's in the trailer. She's the queen. The other queen is
yeah,
the bad
because
guy.
didn't they kind of turn Maleficent into a good guy in
Yeah.
the first
Yeah,
one?
kind of. But then, yeah, it's Michelle Pfeiffer comes in and is evil in this
Yeah.
one.
All right, so also Zombieland Double Tap is at 75% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm
which
shocked that that's like the best promotion this movie has gotten.
It's
so far.
higher than I
Yeah.
anticipated. Yeah.
It's like of all the trailers that look crappy, the Rotten Tomatoes score is like, oh, that actually kind of makes me want to go see it.
Exactly.
Basically, every review I've read is kind of like, it's fine.
The IGN review is very positive on it. So I mean, I don't. I'll see it
Yeah.
because Regal Unlimited.
the
So I'll
next
see it.
one,
I'll tell you
you're
what I'm gonna
definitely
see.
Oh, I'm definitely going to see this one.
Yeah.
The movie to see this weekend though is The Lighthouse. It opens. It's at 93% on Rotten Tomatoes
That
right
movie
now.
looks so good.
It really
I
does.
need it. I need
Jojo
it.
Rabbit also opens at 80% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I also want to see that.
It played at the Nashville Film Festival last week, and I didn't get. And they only played it once, which is annoying. And I didn't get a chance to see it. But the word that I got from people who did see it was like mixed. Some people liked it, some people did not.
I mean, the subject material can be kind of rough.
It can
I
be.
I could see that not hitting.
I don't like Taika Waititi, so I'm going in negative to start with because I just
Going in with your knife out.
exactly. I'm ready. Jay and Silent Bob reboot is at 64% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
because you guys saw it.
Yeah, we saw it last night.
It's if you're a fan of the Jersey, collection.
The Kevin Smith movies,
Yeah,
the '90s Kevin
Yeah.
Smith.
I'm not a
Then,
fan
yeah,
of
you're gonna
all
laugh
of them.
hard.
I'm not a fan of all of them, but I love certain ones. Like I really liked Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I enjoyed
Then
that.
you're gonna
movie.
love this one.
Okay, and that's what I
A
thought.
lot of the plot premise is the same as Jay. Like
Yeah.
they go to stop another movie being made,
Mm-hmm.
but it also is very obviously aware of. It's like we're doing this again,
And it makes fun of itself. It's made fun. It makes fun of Kevin Smith and the crew for like the past 5 years of like they make certain jokes. They bring in certain characters that you wouldn't expect them to bring back for this movie. So
They do get a lot of people back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I did know that I thought it was weird because Jeff Anderson wasn't in it.
yeah,
So like the other guy from Clerks, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it was interesting to see a lot of the people they brought back. I do think it feels like Kevin Smith is parlaying his celebrity too much in the movie, and
Yeah.
you'll understand why in it.
Okay.
But I think overall it worked pretty well. Jay and Silent Bob still act themselves
Yeah.
really well. Like
And
they
Nico
are
knows my favorite scene of the movie. So,
Well, and
which
you
is
know,
spoilery.
I listen to
so
some.
I'm not gonna say it.
The two of them do podcasts together, so I feel like I get a lot of Jay and Silent Bob when I listen to that show.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot more. I mean, it's Jay and Silent Bob, so you're
So
gonna get Jay and
if
Silent
you want to do one of their podcasts, though, I highly recommend What's in the Box. I enjoy that one quite a lot.
One of my favorite cameos, though, that was in it is Dietrich Bader is in it.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy he's from like the Drew Carey show, and he's in some sitcom on ABC or something now. But he also voiced Batman in Brave and the Bold.
Oh,
And
okay.
I used to listen to back in the day the the Fat Man on Batman podcast, and he had an interview with him raving about it because he loves that incarnation of Batman. And
Right.
Peter Peter was like, yeah, at that time, which was 6 years, some years ago, I was like, yeah, this is
Keep going
probably
further back.
this is probably my favorite role I've ever done. Is this?
Oh, wow.
And there's a line in it that's from Brave and the Bold that character gives, and it's like,
Yeah.
holy crap! And that one had me rolling, and I don't know if you noticed me rolling
No.
with that one too. It's got a lot of deep cuts. It is very lore heavy in all the stuff that Kevin Smith himself likes. And
Cool.
there's enough to find funny in there because oddly, like, given the material, I really can't give a crap about weed humor and stuff like that.
Same. And I'm sure there's probably plenty of that.
There's a lot of it. But
Some of it's actually funny. Like
Yeah.
some of it we can actually laugh at.
but there's also a lot of other stuff. So it's
Yeah.
not all just that.
Okay. Cool.
So speaking of Marvel,
Yeah.
do we want to talk about Martin Scorsese?
Yeah, well, I tried to ask that earlier.
Yeah.
Well, now is the time.
Did anybody see that comment that he put up?
Which one?
The Marvel movies aren't true cinema.
That
basically.
yeah, that they're he compared them to a
They're theme parks.
Theme park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care. Oh well.
I agree with him
Yeah.
in that they are theme park rides.
Mm-hmm.
I also think he is 10 to 15 years too late to make this assessment
Why?
because this has been going on for nearly 20
And you've also had
years.
a Marvel movie be nominated for a Best Picture.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
late to make this
And-
argument.
As much
But
as you may want to
it's-
debate the fact that it was that movie that got nominated, it's like there were other movies that could have been nominated in its place. Still,
Mm-hmm.
a Marvel movie has been nominated for Best Picture in
And
the
let's
Oscars.
face it, the Marvel movies have, at this point, changed how we view cinema.
And Marvel in comic book movie actors have won big awards. Keith Ledger getting Best Supporting Actor for
Yeah.
Dark Knight. So, like, the aspects of these movies, even if you don't consider all the movies, are being
He
used
hasn't
by.
even watched all of them. He tried to watch a couple.
But
Yeah.
but otherwise, I don't care. It's like I'm not going to debate Martin Scorsese on what he thinks is true cinema. It's like, for one, if anyone has reason, if anyone has a background who can argue that better than anyone, I mean, like, who?
Well, and this is the thing about Martin Scorsese is you can like his movies or not, but don't step into the cinematic ring with Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, you're
no
going
one
to get
knows
blown
movie.
away.
No one knows real cinema more than Martin Scorsese, and he could. And for him to make a comment like this, and I love I love the MCU, but for him to make a comment like this means he can back it up. And if he sits down with you and talks about what real cinema is, I'm sure he's right. And I don't disagree necessarily with him in that. And this is people are so mad about it. And I'm like, so what? He could be right. I love roller coasters.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Who
See,
cares?
that's the other thing too. It's like they may not be what you consider true artistic cinema.
Yeah.
I think would be a better way to say it, artistic cinema.
Mm-hmm.
But they are movies. They are film and on television on a movie screens. They are,
Yeah.
narratively they function as a film,
As a film, yeah.
and they're fun. They're great. I love roller coasters. I love theme parks. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, give me more. I'll take it.
I agree. Now, the other flip side of that is I need people in the world like Martin Scorsese giving me a steak dinner. It's the thing that we always say.
yeah,
There's a
it's like-
steak dinner and then there's cotton candy. I
Yeah.
love cotton candy, but sometimes I want to sit down for a steak dinner and there's nothing as much as I love most of the MCU, there is not a steak dinner in the MCU.
No.
There just isn't because you don't have that sort of
You get some chicken
Deep-
tenders in there.
Yeah,
with,
you don't have that
the
deep-
Avengers movies.
character study type of film that you come out and have to, like Midsommar. Midsommar, I had to come out and think about that movie for 2 days.
Yeah.
Before I was settled on what I had watched.
I'm still debating.
When I come out of Avengers Endgame, I am exhilarated.
Yeah.
Had a great time, but I know exactly what I saw.
You're not questioning it.
I'm not
It's-
questioning
you're-
it. Yeah.
It's not really
You're
helping.
getting back in the line with Fast Pass to go right again.
Exactly.
There's nothing about it that's making you reflective about the human experience and things like that. It's like, it was a fun time, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
And it's funny because you say you don't care that he said that, and I get that because I care only because I feel like I do the best I can to be a student of film. But this was triggering. Someone asked him this because they wanted to set fire
Yeah,
to the internet.
they wanted to start something.
And
See, the
it's and this is to the point now where I was having a conversation, a text message conversation actually, with Hector's daughter, with Sarah, because she was sending me all this stuff that's going on with Jeremy Renner right now, and all of it's on Twitter. And I said, Twitter is a cesspool. I have officially kind of washed my hands of Twitter because it is a cesspool. It is the place where people go to trigger each other, and that's where all this stuff is really
that's
happening.
the whole internet too.
Yeah,
but
Twitter.
I saw the story, I think, on Facebook first.
Twitter
and
is the
it's just
worst,
mostly
though.
social media.
I mean-
but still, I think when I say I don't care, like I do agree that like you mentioned, it's like I want Martin Scorsese to do what he does, but he does is not what Marvel does. It's not what Disney does, and it shouldn't
literally
be.
comparing apples to oranges.
Movies, cinema, film is way too wide of a medium to be limited one way or the other.
Yes.
And I want him to kind of just do what he does. And if he has this opinion about like I don't like that, that's not what I do. Like, Marvel movies, that's not what I do. I do cinema. I do this. Like
In a
do
way, I'm kind of happy that he has that opinion, because if he didn't have that opinion, he might be doing it too. And we need variety. I want the MCU here.
know if that's-
I want Scorsese type of films here. I like my documentaries. I like to have a buffet.
He could still enjoy doing, would still enjoy watching those movies and still do what he does. Just even if he enjoyed watching them, that doesn't mean he would enjoy making them.
Well, and I don't fault him if it's not his thing.
I don't fault anyone who would not enjoy making a Marvel movie because it's got to be a pain in the ass.
Well, yeah, because you have to exist within a walled garden. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
making
not all your property.
It's like writing an application for Apple.
I mean,
You know?
the other thing too is we're lucky enough to have an art house or have some cineplexes near us that will show documentaries or lesser known fare. I mean, think about it. If you live in like where we were this past weekend,
Louisville.
there's none of that. So imagine only getting cotton candy, and then that's a problem. But that's not
Yeah,
Marvel's
but-
fault. That's not
Yeah, but
Scorsese's fault. That's
Regal
that's
and
AMC
AMC.
and Regal.
Regal and AMC both show the meteor movies too. They just show them to a lesser degree. Midsommar did not play in the art houses; it played in Regal. And
Oh, it
It
also
was a
played in-
freaking
It did.
miracle. It
But
did.
the point is, yes, it was in Regal. It was.
there are
in-
ways to find that stuff. To not like the MCU style of movie, to have given it a chance and not liking it is one thing. To not like it because of its existence is another thing altogether.
Yeah.
So at least he's tried to watch a few films and didn't care for them, and that's fine.
Yeah, and to each his own.
Yeah.
And let's be real. I mean,
Because there is
some of
somebody,
those-
there is
some of those
somebody
early
at this
Marvel films
table.
aren't very good.
But
So there's some of us at this table who like to hate it because they want to try and trigger people.
No, dude, Incredible Hulk is not good. And that was the second one.
Wow, but
So if he
we've
gave up
already
with that
talked-
one,
we
I
already
can
mentioned
understand.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's like Tina said, to each their own. It's like Martin Scorsese is well qualified to have the opinion he has. I don't necessarily. I understand the point he's coming from. I don't agree necessarily with the exact wordage. But you know what? I'm not going to go debate this to Martin Scorsese.
No.
He is
No.
the most qualified person to have the opinion that he has.
I would love
Exactly.
to know which ones he's tried.
That would be great. I
That
love
would
to
be
know-
good
and
too.
how far he made it. I would want to know that because if he walked into like Avengers, like Infinity War,
No, I think
God.
the feeling that I got,
oh god,
and then this is the unfortunate thing, is the feeling that I got from what I've been reading is that it was early on. So I feel like it might have been like Iron Man.
Or it may
maybe.
not. I mean, it may not even be cinematic universe. It could be like, oh, I watched like the Fantastic Four. Or,
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa,
Ghost Rider. I didn't really care.
yeah. All right, let's move on.
All right. Speaking of Marvel, there's a major shift possibly taking place at Marvel, and which is inside the House of Mouse. Deadline is hearing that Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, is going to be changing titles to Chief Creative Officer of Marvel overall. So that would put him in control of pretty much all the narrative storytelling within Marvel as a brand. So that's movies, television, animation, comics, everything that Marvel, all entertainment, everything that Marvel has its fingers in. He would be the Chief Creative Officer of that.
How do you guys feel about that?
So a couple things. The consolidation does worry me. That the comic side could be more brought in to be in line with the movie
MCU
side.
movies.
And that's a bit, but I don't think that's the case because I think Feige is a fan of the material. And
Well, and Feige started with the comics.
he started with the comic. I think if anyone could do it well, what?
With great power comes great.
That's right. That's right. Nailed it.
Now Feige's still going to report supposedly to the Disney co-chairman and chief creative officer Alan Horn and co-chairman Alan Bergman. So that his top will stay the same. As for Marvel Comics, Marvel Entertainment's current structure. So Marvel Entertainment current president is a guy named Dan Buckley who's been there for decades. Is going to continue supposedly in that role, whereas the Marvel Entertainment chairman, Ike Perlmutter, is going to remain in that role, and Buckley is supposedly going to have a dual reporting role to both Perlmutter and Feige. I'm hoping this is just going to force Ike Perlmutter out.
Yeah, because he's
a problematic individual, and I'll let the internet look that up on their own, but there are non-comic based reasons to not like Ike Perlmutter.
There are. Yeah.
But yeah, I think if it wasn't Feige, I'd be worried. Feige, it being that specific individual is the only thing that makes me kind of okay.
I have such mixed feelings about it.
It's exactly it.
Because I feel like the reason the movies work is because of the sheer level and variety of material they can pull from the comics. So when the two of them start coexisting under the same person, I feel like we're going to lose some of that diversity of story.
Because now the comics might just be what's on the screen, and you have less of the stuff.
Or some extension of what's on the screen, or a side story of what's on the screen. And the way the Marvel Universe has worked so far well is the comics, in a weird way, were first.
Yeah.
Those stories came first, and everything that happened on screen was ancillary to the comics. Now it feels like they're going to be all kind of on the same level, and I think that might be destructive.
That would be destructive if that's what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think Feige would do that. Like I said, anyone else, like some corporate shrill did this, I'd be worried. But Feige, I think, has done a lot of work and goodwill in the fandom generally to back up that I think he could help take care of the comics. What does worry me, though, is post-Feige, if this is the same position in...
Even after, let's say, he gets tired of doing Marvel and steps down or retires or whatever. Yeah.
And they put in somebody else who is more corporate-minded, more mouse-minded, and just tries to align the comics with the films that are obviously making more money. That would be worrisome.
And I also feel like you can, as good as you are at what you do, you can be pulled too thin. You can be stretched too thin. You can have your mind on too many things and not do one thing well.
The curious thing is, so when the Sony Disney spat over Spider-Man was going on earlier, one of the claims that Sony said was like, Kevin Feige doesn't have time to help us. He's so busy. And this gets resolved, and then possibly like, oh, Kevin Feige's getting more work now.
Exactly.
So that I think is entirely possible. Or we could be at a point where Kevin Feige has a support team under him that is strong enough to
maybe he's good at delegating. And he can just be the guy.
He's got to be good at delegating. Going like 10 plus years now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as good and as on point as it's been, he has to have some phenomenal level point of delegation.
I mean, it's when George Lucas did things well the way he did things. But he became...
By not directing?
Yeah. By delegating. And he used to be good at delegating 40 years ago.
I think he was good at delegating. I think that was out of necessity.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Yeah. I don't know. It remains... I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. I'm nervous about it, though. I just am. It's such a weird time because... I just feel so negative right now toward Disney in general. I feel like there's so many things happening that I feel like they're becoming this corporate behemoth, and the entertainment stuff is becoming...
Wait. Becoming?
But I mean more so.
Yes,
more so. Yes. In the world of media, it's becoming where Disney is all we have.
Well, I mean, you saw the link I sent you today, didn't you?
Yeah, and
I didn't get to see your reaction, but I knew I could feel your anger from across the face.
I don't know. It sounds like
Disney's sticking their logo in front of more Fox movies.
And we're not talking like We're talking like Miracle on 20th. What is
And
it?
24th Street.
24th
Yeah.
34th Street.
Like from
34th.
the 40s.
34th Street. That is not a Disney movie.
Like they're putting their logo on that.
That's not a
Before
Disney
the
movie.
film.
I don't know.
That's
It sounds like this mouse might need a cat to keep it in control.
I hate your transition.
Which is why I love them so much.
Me too.
hate your
Me too.
transition so much.
Big Little Lies star Zoe Kravitz has been tapped to play Catwoman. In case those who are listening or watching did not get my beautifully crafted transition. So,
Oh, they got it. They just stopped listening now. So they're not doing the rest of the show.
So Zoe Kravitz is going to be playing Catwoman in Matt Reeves' upcoming Batman, starring opposite Robert Pattinson, who is now going to be Batman. In recent weeks, the role came down to Kravitz, Zazie Beetz of Atlanta fame, Deadpool 2, and Joker recently. Baby Driver's Isa? Is it Isa?
I don't know.
Gonzalez?
Yeah.
And Oscar winner Alicia
Vikander.
Vikander. Ultimately,
She's got another Lara Croft movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's busy.
Ultimately, Kravitz won out despite some worries about her Fantastic Beasts' possible scheduling issues.
Oh no.
I mean, that's another Warner Brothers movie. They can juggle things
They can
around.
Work it out.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Batman's set to be, hitting theaters in like June of 2021, June 25th specifically. So
They get time.
yeah, I think whatever conflicts arise, they'll handle them. But yeah, so
I do find it
Zoe-
funny though that
Zoe
theoretically with Zazie Beetz, Batman's real girlfriend could have been the Joker's imaginary girlfriend.
Well, I mean, the
That would've
chemistry
been
would have been
amazing.
there.
Yeah.
You posted this story into our podcast group, and I was like, I don't know who this is. Like, it wasn't even relevant to me because I don't even know who this actress is.
Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Is that really?
That's
Yeah,
I
that's-
believe who that
that's-
is. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, is that it? I mean,
Oh.
she's in Big Little
Well,
Lies, I
She
yeah.
guess.
has some other roles. So
Yeah,
let's
she's,
bring up filmography.
And
she's
this is
been
more of a
in-
Nathan thing because I think he actually watches
I think
Big Little
he
Lies.
posted it, didn't he? Or no, he
No,
liked
you
it.
posted it.
So
I did?
she's been in
No,
Big
okay.
Little Lies, which aired its finale in July. She also has a Hulu series, High Fidelity, coming out later this year. I'm not sure what else she's been in.
I mean, she is.
She's pretty
in,
she's
she
pretty.
was in X-Men First Class. Oh, she was Angel in X-Men First Class.
Oh,
The female one. Yeah.
okay.
She was in Divergent. She was barely in After
Terrible
Earth.
stuff.
Yeah. Mad Max Fury Road. She was in that.
Who was she in?
Oh
that?
yeah,
Toast the
she was
Knowing.
the lady that was she's the girl that's kind of the badass and takes up the rifle.
She's in
One of the
both
pregnant
Fanta-
ladies?
Not one of the pregnant ladies, but not a pregnant lady. She was like, they hand her a rifle, and then pregnant lady's like, and then she takes the rifle and freaking loads it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
The hot-
All right. The hot one.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I gotta double check something. She was in both Fantastic Beasts movies, and
Yeah.
apparently I didn't realize this one until I was just looking up the filmography. She was Catwoman in the Lego Batman movie.
That's hilarious. And it was meant to be.
Yeah, so she's following in the footsteps of Anne Hathaway and Michelle Pfeiffer. And let's not talk about Halle Berry.
Yeah.
'Cause
Michelle
that
Pfeiffer
was
was
not
a
Catwoman.
Michelle Pfeiffer was the best
Yeah.
Catwoman.
Agreed.
Anne Hathaway was much better than anticipated.
I was
Yeah, I
talking
will agree
about
with that.
Anne Hathaway as Catwoman earlier today because we were talking about how, there's certain women we just wouldn't say no to, and mine was, Anne Hathaway in her Catwoman suit with those heels.
Yeah. How could you say no
Heels
to
were-
that?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
were great heels.
Yeah.
It's like, I
She
wouldn't
had-
say.
She really had a good
Yes.
snark to herself that I liked.
I think
Yeah.
she was really good. It's
She
just-
had a really good director too, though. That was
There was
working
some
that movie
sequences
well.
that-
Yeah, but what about the problems with that movie? That the good director
Yeah.
didn't fix those.
It's
I
true.
tell you, the one thing that,
true.
the very first moment that I fell in love with Anne Hathaway's Catwoman was that switch at the very beginning.
Yes, where she just
Where
she
she's like,
goes from
"Oh,
like dainty.
well, nobody
like,
told me it was
and then
unlockable.
that,
Like that right there, I was
That was
like, oh yeah.
I have to actually to review that her performance. I'd have to rewatch that movie.
I'm
Honestly,
sorry.
the more I think about it, I like
with a fast forward button.
I liked
With
her
a fast
performance more
forward
than I
button.
like Christian Bale in the movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll see how this goes. I'm still I am still not excited about this movie.
You know what? I really don't have a reason
I
not
don't have
to be. Like Matt Reeves is
strong
okay. He's a
opinion
decent
one way or
director. I
another.
don't
Matt
have,
Reeves is just okay though. He's not like, oh my god, Matt Reeves.
Yeah,
you know.
but still, I don't have any
I'll-
reason to like question.
I'll tell you this. Some of my hesitation for this movie will be dependent on Robert Pattinson's
That's
performance.
all of my hesitation
in
for this movie.
Lighthouse.
Really?
Meh. He's meh.
Have you seen Good Time?
No, I haven't watched Good Time.
Okay, get back to me when you've seen
Wait,
Good Time.
You like that movie? Did you?
I've seen his acting in it. I haven't
You
seen the
didn't-
whole film.
Okay, then when I
Yeah,
see him though, he
Did you
seems.
see High Life?
Yeah, you didn't like that movie though.
Yeah, but he was good at it.
Well, I'm gonna watch a bad
Like
movie.
I
You're going to
said,
want to see Lighthouse.
I'm
I
sorry.
wanna-
There's
I
a
wanna-
movie coming out this week that we really want to see that he's 50% of the crew
Well,
on.
like I
Well,
said, I will
this
wait
movie will help
have
me
full-on opinion.
to see how he does in Lighthouse. Is probably going to
Yeah,
have a
I
big
will
impact
say
on how I
this,
feel.
At
Yeah.
least Robert Pattinson hates Twilight. He hates everything about Twilight, and he hasn't wallowed in it. He has actually tried experimental stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Block of Wood has done? More Block of Wood stuff.
Oh, I know, and she's
And
in
I
that.
actually
She's in
enjoyed
that.
him in, what was it, Water for Elephants?
Oh, well, that was when he was still doing the Twilight stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like even then he was starting to
He just-
try to distance himself from
He
it.
doesn't have that sort of. There's a weird combo that works well for Bruce Wayne. That's sort of brooding, but not whiny.
Well,
and his
hold on. Well,
version
his-
of brooding is whiny.
Well, that
to
was
me.
basically when he was like a teenager.
That's
young
also
20
his-
something. He's
that's-
aged a decade.
He
since
has, but he still looks so douchey when you just see him out.
I know, he
like with
looks
his
like
hair
Bruce
standing
Wayne.
straight up. No, not the same as Bruce Wayne.
A billionaire.
Yeah, but
like,
Bruce Wayne is not this young hipster douchey type.
it's set in the 90s. What do you want?
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll
if it
see.
finally.
You
is.
want me to bet money on the table set in the 90s?
No,
I'm going
we'll
to win the bet.
No, I know it's set in the 90s.
I want it to be set in the 90s, and we'll see if it
it's
sticks
set-
to that. But I want.
No, it's going to be set. I'm pretty sure it's going to be
I'm
set in the
pretty
90s
sure, but-
because it's going to tie in to the Wonder Woman 80s and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
well, the only reason I'm fairly sure is, but the doubt is because this is going to be basically rebooting Batman for whatever attempt of if Warner Bros.
Attempt number 4.
continues to do a combined universe, and if they do a combined universe,
Oh,
they
they're gonna.
can't have their Batman be the same guy he was 20 years ago and look pretty much the same.
yeah,
Unless their plot is he was actually a vampire, which I mean that's possible. Batman vampire makes sense.
it's all part of the Twilight universe.
I mean, he is bad. I mean, I can believe
Yeah.
it.
You are so forgiving. The last time you were this forgiving of something was the last Star Wars film. Just saying.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And then we saw how that came out.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, and we saw.
All
that.
I'm saying is, of this film, I'm not kind of worried about Pattinson. I'm more worried about the script.
I'm worried about Pattinson and Reeves equally because Reeves is somebody who has been okay, he's been fine.
I'm also worried about the villain.
but he hasn't blown me away.
Yeah, we
as a
don't know who the
director.
villain is yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm more
Jonah
worried.
Hill dropped out today.
Yeah, I saw that. He was like in talks and he backed out. I'm
Good, I
worried
don't
about
like
the
Jonah
script
Hill that much.
because it depends on how involved David Goyer is with this project. Because the more David Goyer is in this project, the more I worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's do TV.
All right. Well, Netflix says that the third season of Stranger Things set records for the streaming service. According to Netflix's latest quarterly earnings report, the third season of Stranger Things achieved over 64 million views in the first 4 weeks. This makes the show the third most viewed season of the show. Third season, the most viewed season. Excuse me, my reading sucks. But it is important to put out that Netflix doesn't freely review viewership numbers for its shows or movies unless it chooses to. So really, this is kind of baseless information.
Well, and that's
here.
the thing that always bothers me about Netflix is, okay, is this true? Because
Yeah.
we have no way to verify, you know?
I
mean,
was
Bird
making
Box
a point
assimilated
earlier
45 million.
that data can tell any story they want.
Yeah, because everybody else
It is
uses
a gifted
Nielsen.
Android, so it makes a lot of sense.
Netflix is about to really go through the ringer with Disney Plus and Apple TV about to launch. So
It's a much lower price point.
At a much lower price point and 4K HDR already included.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
And somebody, Michelle, one of our listeners, posted an article to me about, you know, she loves to post these what if articles, and there was a what if article essentially if Apple bought Netflix, because Apple apparently
That will never happen.
technically has the
Wow.
money to do it. If they want to, they could just go in and buy out the stock if they wanted to. Hostile takeover.
Yeah.
But the point of the article actually is how much debt Netflix is carrying now because of
Because they keep going into debt because they keep sinking money into projects.
into projects. Yeah.
and I take that back. It could theoretically happen. I just don't see it happening anytime soon.
I don't
Why?
see it. I don't see it happening.
It's
at all.
smarter for Apple to just work on its own thing than it is to buy Netflix.
Actually, I think Apple is going to have the hardest time within this new streaming war
Oh,
compared to everybody else.
I do agree. I don't think it's gonna have a lot of good traction, but I think it's smarter for them to do their own thing as opposed to buy Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they really needed to get into the game, but everyone who is a distributor thinks they have to be a publisher. That's
I think
problem.
Apple really, if they wanted to go against Netflix, should have partnered with Disney and Hulu. Is what they should have done.
Yeah, but instead they decided to make a competitor, and then Bob Iger was like, "I'm out, guys.
He's out. Yep.
Out of the board."
Mm-hmm. And they spent all that money on that Jennifer Aniston show, which I think is already out there because I've seen so many.
I think some of there's a lot of trailers. Is the service up yet? Because I
The
know
first.
it's when?
August.
The 1st, November.
Oh,
November 1st. Oh, okay, so it's
it probably
coming.
because I know that's like the big project they're working on is the Jennifer Aniston show, and like I think who else is in it?
There's
Steve
somebody else in
Carell's
it. That's it. Steve
and
Carell.
There's
Yeah.
another lead female. I don't remember who. But yeah, Reese Witherspoon, I think maybe. I don't know.
Somebody like that.
But
yeah.
but yeah, it's like I would have partnered with somebody else but again, every distributor now has to be a publisher. They have to have their own stuff, and
It's crazy.
it worked when there was not a lot of competition. When like Amazon got into the game and Netflix got in the game, it's like, hey, we're distributors, but we also are going to make our own material to kind of further bring in people. But now they're already big, publishing powerhouses, and getting more and more into the game, it's just going to further split the market.
What's really funny is I think content finally is starting to take a hit because when all this started, all of these different companies were spending the money to do like top level production value.
Yeah.
But now I feel like in some things I've been seeing lately, like they've been cutting corners and the production value is starting to come down. And I don't know. I would be curious to know if the majority of people that are in this space care. I do. And when I see something that looks like cheap video, I get annoyed and I just flip away from it.
That'll turn me off to a whole show.
It does me too. But it's starting to happen
You
more
could have
and more.
a great script, and if it looks cheap, I could be out.
Yeah, I have to go. Yeah. And I think that's starting. There's so much content, it's becoming disposable to me now.
Because it's too hard to keep up.
Yeah. And it's expensive. It's expensive. I see these ads for shows like this Nosferatu show and different things that look like they're probably good, but I don't even know where they are. Nosferatu's being re-aired on Shudder now, I saw.
Oh, okay, because I thought it was like an AMC show.
I think it is an AMC show.
I mean, this is
Yeah,
almost
but-
getting...
But Shudder is an AMC subsidiary, so they're
you're
pushing
right.
stuff that way.
Oh, that's great, because I want to watch that. I don't have AMC.
It's on Shudder now. Yeah.
For me, streaming all this content and everything, it's basically becoming the anime syndrome, to where, do you know how much anime gets put out every single year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm only going to watch the best of the best and what everybody says is the greatest thing.
Right.
And I'm going to watch one thing, like, what was it? The Boys, earlier this year. And
The Boys was
that's
good.
the last show I've watched.
Boys was good.
It was really good.
Because
Yeah.
everybody said it was great, but, I mean, all these other shows, I don't care about.
And unfortunately, part of the problem is, as much as I love the batch release set of streaming services, part of the problem is it makes everything less permanent in the cultural mindset.
Because it's
Yeah.
disposable.
Because
Yeah.
I watched.
That's what I said. It's disposable.
The Boys was what 6-8 episodes, and we
Yeah.
killed it in a
Yeah.
weekend, and then
Yeah.
we talked about it on the show, and then that was it.
There was also no like anticipation for, oh, I can't wait to see what they do next
Yeah.
week to keep me going back and talking about it week after week after week.
No,
because-
the only one that's still doing that
HBO.
streaming wise is HBO and then Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu
Hulu
does
does it with their shows too. Handmaid's
Watchmen,
Tale is every week.
Watchmen's coming out this weekend.
Is it this weekend?
Hell
I
yeah.
think it's this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I saw an ad that said Sunday, so I was like, I hope it's this Sunday.
So can I just say we haven't even discussed it, but The Walking Dead came back.
Does anyone care?
No, I don't watch Watchmen.
I'm still
I
watching
haven't
it.
watched it since like season 3.
It's been really bad.
High five.
It's been really bad this season.
Season 3 quitters.
Remember when we did the live show?
Yeah.
At the bar?
Uh-huh.
That was the last new episode of Walking Dead I saw.
And that was a great show too.
I mean, the show was good. Our show was good. That was
that's
really
what I mean.
good.
That was
Oh,
a
yeah,
great
yeah.
show. Yeah, our
But-
show.
Yeah, Walking
Yeah.
Dead is just...
Yeah, it
It's
like
a joke now.
I never saw a single episode of Fear the Walking Dead either.
I
I
haven't
guess you
either.
could say some of these streaming services are running bone dry of their
Ooh.
material.
So
I knew
how,
where this was coming.
I hate your transitions.
yeah.
All right, just to get that one real quick because it's still a Netflix story. Speaking of sinking money into new projects, Netflix is developing an animated series based on Jeff Smith's award-winning fantasy comic series Bone. Bone follows the adventure of 3 Bone cousins after they've been driven out of their hometown. After traversing through a desert, the 3 are separated and must make their way through a fantasy land where they collide with humans and other fantasy creatures.
Oh wow, I don't know this comic.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. I haven't.
Yeah,
read it,
I haven't read it. I've seen bits of it. I'm
I
familiar
have
with
friends
it.
who are like super excited
But
about this because they
Bones
love
got a huge following. A lot of people love. Well, I won't say it's got a really fervent following. A lot of people love this franchise.
Not to be confused with Bones, starring Angel.
Exactly. That's true.
But,
and any number of porn movies
Yeah.
with that name.
But yeah, it's
I'll check it out. We got that, and Netflix is doing and Kevin Smith are doing the He-Man reboot.
It's true. They are doing the sequel because it's supposed to be a sequel from the original He-Man.
How weird is that?
I don't know. I have to go back because I don't know how the original He-Man ended.
And I don't know.
I think it just stopped.
They just ran out of toy commercials.
Yeah, because I know they do the thing where in the 80s you eventually like replace the villain. So Skeletor was replaced by the Cobra guy.
Yeah, because they needed new toys.
Yeah, and they did replace a lot of the villains and stuff.
He-Man is one of those shows to me that doesn't deserve the love it gets sometimes because it's not that good.
So it was the toy culture was very big, and that's generally what kept it alive.
It is.
I really liked the 2000s, the early 2000s reboot of He-Man. It was a very well done cartoon.
Okay.
And
She-Ra's better.
I think She-Ra actually is better.
There are definitely critiques against the animation style of the new She-Ra. Mm-hmm. Story-wise, it's pretty good.
Okay.
But I understand the animation not really catching people. I don't think it's that great, but the story's actually nice. It's decent.
Is it on Netflix?
It is a Netflix exclusive.
Okay, I guess I'll take a look. Because,
I think season 4 comes out later this month or something.
Cool. All right, so if you want to buy some Blu-rays this week, this is your week. This is a good week.
This week, there's 2 or 3 things.
So 3 from Hell is out on Blu-ray and 4K.
Pass.
50-50. Crawl is out. I really liked this movie.
That was the alligator one, right?
Alligator, Sam Raimi alligator movie. Yeah. Scarface is out in the 4K edition. The Haunting of Hill House, which is a Netflix series, is out in an extended cut that you can only see on the Blu-ray edition, which is fascinating.
This, by the way,
I want to know.
I am shocked that Netflix went this way but this is also a CBS Films.
Yeah, see that it's probably co-produced. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, they get that input from some other big boy and have to put it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish. I just
don't care. I'm buying.
I just want Daredevil. That's all I want.
Exactly. I want all the Daredevil seasons.
There was
they're out, or at least
the first 2. I think.
Yeah, and they have no bonus.
In New York Comic Con, So New York Comic Con this year, there was a Stan Lee tribute memorial thing.
Oh wow!
And they had Marvel people on stage. Clark Gregg was on there at one point, and I'm forgetting his name. The guy who plays Daredevil, Charlie Cox was on stage, basically dressed as Matt Murdock. He was wearing the same kind of suit and the red sunglasses. And I think Clark Gregg at some point did like hashtag Save Daredevil or something. It's like, oh man.
Well, I've been seeing some articles lately, especially with the whole Vincent D'Onofrio thing.
Rumor mill that Marvel might be doing something with Daredevil. Maybe getting a movie or something. We don't know.
They should, because
if any franchise of that set needs to be saved,
it's Daredevil.
But I almost don't want that Charlie Cox Daredevil to go into a film. I want them to do, even if they do
more of what they did.
Yeah, or if they don't want to do a series, then do a movie a year or something.
A mini-series. Do like the
3-4 episodes or something.
Yeah, they need to go the Sherlock route. Like every year or two, have like 3 hour and a half long episodes.
Yeah,
I think
that would be fun.
I think that would be really good. I would love to see that on Disney Plus or Hulu or some other service.
It'd be amazing.
I just want more of it because it was so good.
It was the best. So Zach's favorite movie, he can go get this right now. Stuber is available on Blu-ray and 4K. You love it. You love it. Also, the original Hellboy.
Okay, that was my question. Is it the new one?
No, it is the original Del Toro.
Apparently it's a good
Hellboy.
4K.
Apparently it is.
Like it's got like an amazing. It's a Sony film, so it's got an amazing transfer.
Yeah, so it's like legit 4K.
Bonus features out the butt.
I would expect Guillermo del Toro to really make sure his work.
You know what's really funny? Speaking of him, is there's 2 versions of Pan's Labyrinth that you can buy right now.
Yeah.
You can get the one that's been out for a long time, which is the Criterion Blu-ray, or they have a 4K. And everything that I've been reading is stay away from the 4K. It doesn't compare to the Blu-ray.
Oh, that's so sad.
Because they got the Criterion got the cinematographer and
Of the
really
film.
made sure that the color timing was as accurate as possible.
The way it was
Whereas
supposed to
on
look.
the 4K is from an old 2K master when they made the DVD.
Yeah.
So
Just
Yeah.
because it's 4K doesn't always mean it's the best.
But
But especially when you're
do you
talking
get
about
the new
Criterion.
hotness, or do you get the classic?
I mean, Criterion's a hard label to go up
Compete with.
against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Even they're, I'm still waiting on a Criterion 4K. The day that comes out, it's gonna
Criterion 4K would be amazing.
It's going to be amazing.
So also American Gangster is out in a 4K edition.
Another one.
And Mill Creek. I don't know if you guys know Mill Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Mill Creek is kind of like Kino Lorber and some of these other
Very small. They
Boutique.
put a lot of boutique releases
Yeah.
out.
The only thing about Kino Lorber is that bothers me is I know a lot of physical media collectors love them, but I feel like they don't put the love into the actual transfers that somebody like Arrow Video or Criterion does. But they put a lot out. So Mill Creek managed to get the rights to everything Ultraman. Everything. So this week you can get Ultraman the complete series. You can get Ultra Q the complete series in a steelbook or a standard release.
That one's the crazy one. So,
And-
like, people who don't know, Ultra Q came out before Ultraman.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a episodic, more X-Files Twilight Zone kind of thing. And it's spun off into
And these are from the
Ultraman
60s.
franchise. Yeah, it's first. And it's man, I'm kind of curious about the Ultraman series. I have it all on DVD. It's still hard to get through.
Well, the word is that they got the rights to everything. So
Yeah.
there's even more Ultraman coming.
There's gonna be more Ultra, like all the various Ultraman series.
They're
past
putting
the
everything
original.
out, staggering it over a number of months.
You're
So this
telling
is
me
what's out now.
that they can get the rights, but Steven Spielberg and Warner Brothers cannot get it for Ready Player One.
Don't know.
That is bizarre.
They did though.
They got their budget was gone at that point. They got everything else.
Exactly.
They
So
had a Gundam.
this is what's really interesting. The Omen Deluxe Collection is out this week, and this is just Blu-rays. The word that I heard, I heard
In
the
this era, though?
Huh?
In this era?
No.
Oh.
No. So I had the Omen collection in a DVD, and I was waiting for a good Blu-ray collection to come out, and they finally put one out. And everything I heard about that Blu-ray collection is that it was trash. So I was waiting, and now that one's going away, and this one's coming. But I don't think they did any remastering or anything. I think it's just repackaged. So I don't know.
Well, let me do some research.
So also you can get the Shrek Ultimate.
Oh
Collection.
yeah,
The
that's what we-
Ultimate collection.
That's what we all want.
It's all ogre now.
We got to see that American Idol spoof, man.
That's right. So what do we got in funny books?
In comics, well, for Marvel, we have Absolute Carnage, number 4 of 6. Get ready for some Venom Hulk action there.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Captain America, number 15. Captain Marvel, number 11. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 10. And now that House of X and Power of X are done, Jonathan Hickman's not, because X-Men, number 1, the ongoing series, is
So
now
this
out.
starts the new world that he's created,
Yes.
basically.
This- Yeah, everything that was built from Hoxpox is now going to be starting here. Marvel is releasing a slew of X titles. There's going to be this, Fallen Angels, Marauders, there's a new Mutants, X-Force, and that's line 1. And then in a few months later, there's going to be a second line of brand new titles that's like another 5. There's going to be like 10 to 12 X books.
Is there going to be Alpha Flight?
No, sadly.
Well, then I don't care.
We need our Canadian superheroes.
I need my Canadian.
But there's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a little
what
much
it's
in
all
my
about.
in my opinion, but some of them I am really excited for. In DC, we have Batman number 81. City of Bane is still taking over. We have Justice League number 34. Metal Men number 1 of 12. Ending this week is Superman Year 1, number 3 of 3 is out. That's the Frank Miller, John Romita Jr. retelling of Superman. Basically, it's the Superman origin story
Yeah, which-
of the Superman that's from Dark Knight Returns.
I am so tired of Superman
Frank
origin
Miller.
stories. Yeah, I'm just tired of Superman origin stories.
Yeah, and then also Superman book, Superman Smashes the Klan, 1 of 3. Which is
Yeah,
so this book is based on a true event where in the 40s a Superman serial radio show was played where Superman fought against the Ku Klux Klan. And this
I was gonna make a joke, but that's legit what it is.
it is what it is.
That's amazing.
There's a great episode of the Comedy Central show Drunk History that actually goes over this event. Basically, this reporter guy goes undercover with the Klan and finds out information, feeds it to the team that's doing the Superman show, and they put it in their show. So it's a lot of like actual Klan stuff that they do in meetings and whatnot is actually in the show.
Are we getting this in the comic now?
Yeah, so
I want to read that.
yeah, so basically the radio show was doing this to make fun of the Klan, and
Yeah.
so Superman is taking on the Klan. They're bad guys, and
wanna
then
read that.
it's
That's
being
awesome.
It's only 3 issues, right?
it's only
Yeah.
3 issues. It's being redone with. I don't know how accurate the story in the comic is to the actual radio show because I haven't listened to it. But the basic premise is there's this Asian family that's moved into Metropolis and around like the 70s era or the 40s era. Superman is still fairly new, doesn't even fly yet, and there's some Klan business because they're foreigners, and Superman gets mixed into it.
Wow, that's amazing.
In other books,
That's a ballsy story. I'm
it is
gonna
a
read
ballsy
that.
story. I think the comic is going to be more touchy feely.
Sure, it is, but still, the heart of it
Yeah.
should still be in there somewhere.
I hope so. In other titles, we have Archie 708, Death Defying Devil number 5, Firefly number 10, Once and Future number 3 of 6, which is like a modern Arthurian tale, and Vampirella number 4.
All right, cool. There's some fun stuff to read this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quick update on the Omen.
Yep.
So
he's the son of Satan.
Thank you.
Let me ask, what would it take for you to upgrade?
Oh, it would take very little because I've already sold my DVDs.
Okay,
So I don't own it right now.
so you're worried about the transfers.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what if 3 of the 4 are the same?
What do you mean the same?
Well, how many Omen films are there? 3 or 4?
4.
Okay, 3 of the 4 are the same transfers.
As the previous Blu-rays?
Yeah.
Well, which one is better? Has the first one been improved?
The first one has a 4K restoration
Ooh.
approved by director Richard Donner.
Yeah, well,
No 4K disc,
that's okay. I mean, I know, but still.
4K restoration.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up.
That's basically
Because the only thing I could hope for from better than that would be 4K release.
basically in that set that you get a little bit more bonus and a new restoration on the first film. And
Then,
that's
yeah,
it.
I'll be getting that set. That's enough for me. Because the first one is really the greatest of them. The others are just fun.
Garbage.
Well, no, the second one's good.
haven't seen any of
They progressively get more campy to the end, kind of like the way The Exorcist did with the sequels. But
Except for that one good scene in Exorcist 3.
I enjoy Exorcist 3. It's trash, but I enjoy it. The whole thing.
Like, I haven't seen it.
Of course.
But
You
I've
just-
seen that
you've
one
seen
scene that's amazing. The
You-
hospital scene. It's so good.
It is.
It's like, holy crap, that's good.
All right, let's bring this thing to an end.
Okay.
Nico, where do we find you on the internet, sir?
You can find me on social media, Twitter. I'm still on Twitter regularly, and also Instagram.
The dregs of society.
Somebody's got to keep watch.
That's true.
Under Nico Scream, NIKOSCREAM. And if you want more comics, find the full list of everything coming out this week on Culturesmash.tv.
You got it.
He's in that cesspool like in Dead or Alive when he drowns that girl in the pool of poop.
I mean,
Exactly.
somebody's got to be a bartender in a hive of scum and villainy. So.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, but you get shot. No blasters.
All right, Tina, where do we find you?
And no droids either. No bots. No bots, Russia.
We don't serve their kind.
You can find me on Instagram at NovinityAvalon, and you can find me on Twitter at CheddarPopper, CHEDR.
Too bad you have a great Twitter handle.
Yeah.
Come on, Zach. Be on Twitter.
I am on Twitter by technical definition. I don't think I've tweeted in like
Oh,
a
I haven't
decade.
tweeted anything at all.
I don't even lurk.
Well, I mean, I have an account. Culture Smash has an account. I just
yeah.
haven't posted
creep.
anything in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I just creep.
Yeah. So where do we find you?
are a creep.
You
There's
can
a
find me
difference.
on Steam and Twitch. I'm a dangerous meat lunatic. I'm just selling off all of my cards. I just realized like I have like $5 worth of credits sitting in my account that I'm doing nothing with, so I'm selling off all of those.
What does that mean? You're selling it?
So when you get when you buy games and you play them, you get what's known as trading cards, and each of these cards are like anywhere between 5 to 10 cents. And if you get, they'll give you like if a set comes with 7, they'll give you 3 or 4. And then you can go buy the other ones, and you can level up your account with XP.
Oh, that's
and
lame.
get emoticons in chat. So I realized, like, what am I doing? I have like $5 worth of like cards I can just sell off.
Because you don't care.
Because I don't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't care either.
So I'm getting like $5 in credit now.
All right.
Slowly as people buy them. You can also find me on Instagram. I'm Master of the Matrix 91.
All right.
I post, once every 6 months.
Perfect. So you can find me at all things Culture Smash, mostly Facebook, Culture Smash TV. You can find me on Instagram. I'm posting pretty regularly there. On the OTS Movie Night account. I'm posting every day the film that I'm going to watch, and I will pick something to post tonight. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Maybe I can pick another movie that more people will think is not a horror movie.
Would you say A Clockwork Orange is a horror movie?
It almost went in my pile. So my pile is here. These are the films behind us that I'm watching for the month. They're all here. I've already pulled all 30 of them. I'm just going to pick which one to watch tonight. The only thing that threw me off is there is a stack. Where are they? Where did I put them? I have a stack. Oh, they're right there. Give me that stack right there. Zach got so mad when this came in the mail the other day.
Mad.
So I got this stack of pre-screeners from MVD. So I have The Hills Have Eyes 2. I have Toys Are Not for Children. I have the entire Ring set here. Killer Nun is here, which I've seen many times. I'll probably watch their version again. So there's a lot here.
There's stuff that is just coming to the Belcourt.
Yeah,
Actually,
Dead Center is in here, and that is at the Belcourt this week. So that is going to change it just a little. But I'm trying to review these on Culturesmash.tv because they were so nice to send me really early screeners of them. So that may adjust my pile just a little bit. But yeah, go on to OTS Movie Night, and you can on Instagram, and you can see what I'm watching and make your smart ass comments. That'll be great. Other than that, I guess that'll do it.
All right, bye everybody.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.